Jai Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami ki.
Jai.
Ye anilo premadan karuna prachu ye anilo
Premadana Karuna Prachur
Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Taku
Ela Prabhu Kota Gila Charataku
Kahamura Swarupu Kaha Sanata Kaha
Kahamura Swaruprupa Kaha
Sanata
Sanatan
Kahadasa Raghunata Patitam Pavan
Shahadasarago Gurata
Nata
Patita
Patitam
Pavan
Kahamora Bhatta Yuga Kaha Kavira Kaha
Kahamura Bata Juga Kaha Kavira
Aham Kavira Eka Kale Kota Gela Gurana Tara Akale Asani kutigo matam anale pasibo Asani kutigo matam anale pasibo Goranga gunera nidi kutagele pavo. Sisaba sangira sangin ekolo vila se sangai kolo vila se sangana paya kande narutam Angana Panya Kande Jai Gopal Bhatta Goswami Jai Gopal Bhatta Goswami Gopal Bhatta Goswami Jai Gopal Bhatta Goswami Gopal Bhatta Goswami Gopal Bhatta Goswami Gopal Bhatta Goswami Jai Jayo Achayataku, Jayo Achayataku, Achayataku, Jayo Achayataku, Chayataku. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya, Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya
Gurudev.
Gurudev Gurudev
Gurudev,
Gurudev
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Jai Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami ki.
Jai.
Jai. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Welcome. Swagatam, Suswagatam.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Let's recite this Krishna Lilastava. Sarva Shastrabdi Piyush Sarva Vedika Sadfal Sarva Siddhant Ratnadya Sarva Loke Kadrik Pradam. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, O most prominent transcendental fruit of all the Vedas, O you are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual philosophical conclusions. O you grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world.
I don't have Hari
You don't
Nishna.
have, so let me share.
Mm.
Okay, let me share for you. Okay, so let me share this.
Sarva Bhagavata Prana. Now I'm
Okay,
seeing
so number
homework
2,
from. Oh, okay, number 2.
Sarva
Is it
Bhagavatam.
Okay, Sarva Bhagavata Prana. Srimad
Uh,
Bhagavata Prabhu. Kali Dvanto Ditaditya. Shri Krishna Paravardita.
Yeah, you
O
start from
Srimad
here, O life breath.
Bhagavatam. O life breath.
Yeah.
I have it. O Srimad Bhagavatam. O nectar churned from the
Yeah,
ocean.
that's the first one, see?
Oh.
But see, you can see the Sanskrit is very clear. Sarva Bhagavat Pran. So it has to do with Bhagavat Pran means the life breath. Pran means
Yeah.
the life air, or life
Yeah.
breath.
But I don't have it on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
But did you read the first translation?
Yeah, I did.
O life breath of the Vaishnava devotees, O Lord, you are the sun which has arisen to dispel the darkness of the Kali Yuga. You are actually Lord Krishna who has returned among us.
Paramanand Utaya Premvakshya Ksharayate Savada Savasevyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. By reading you, one attains transcendental bliss, for your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna.
Madeka Bandhu Matsangin Madguru Manmahadana Manishtaraka Madbhagya Madananda Namastute. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, O my companion, O my teacher, O my wealth, O my deliverer, O my good fortune, O my bliss, I offer respectful obeisances unto you.
Sadhu sadhu tadhaim atini chocha taraka anamuncha kadachimam prema ritantayoshpura. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O giver of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the very fallen, please do not ever leave me. Please become manifest on my heart and my throat, accompanied by pure love of Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Jai Shri Krishna Lilastava ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Shakshu Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sa Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Samjivam Dvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namostute Sapte Kanchana Garangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Panamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
any recollection from the previous session?
So, with the previous session, again, there was lot of discussion about the the different aspect of the absolute truth,
Yeah.
Paramatma, Brahman, Bhagavan, and then there was uh, uh, we discussed how those who are the mental speculators, they kind of do meditation, but finally they get they give it up. And one of the example was Indra. Why will he dig a well when he's the demigod of rain?
Yes.
And then how bhakti is carried over to next life,
Yes.
and also how Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the ultimate benefactor, not Paramatma or Brahman. So devotees ultimately should develop love for God,
Yes.
come to that stage. And there was also discussion about the Supreme Lord, who is the creator of all the worlds, and everything rests on him.
Yeah, very good. You want to add up anything, Moshe Kapabu?
I was not there to last
Oh,
week.
sorry. Okay. Yeah, and we finally touched this very last portion of the 7th chapter, which is the summary of 3 chapters, chapter 5, 6, 7. So it's a very condensed portion. By the way, can you see my screen?
Yes.
What do you see on my screen?
Homework from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Do you see the Bhagavat Samohini of Gauranga Darshan?
No, just your homework.
Oh, sorry. So let me, okay, so stop share and then share again now. Okay, share. Can you see now?
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
Bhagavat Subodhini. Yeah? So again, you can see this is a very important condensed section. I think we entered already. Yeah? We pretty much stopped at the very, very end of the chapter. There were a few verses to go. And starting from 50, we even touched on 50. I think we went up to 51, if I'm not mistaken. So this is Brahma. It's called Brahma Narad Sammoha. Oh, sorry, Samvad. So 50, Brahma is saying, my dear son, I've now explained in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the creator of the manifested worlds. Without him, Hari, the Lord, there is no other causes of the phenomenal and noumenal existences. It sounds like 7-2. I don't know if you remember Gita. Krishna is telling I'm behind noumenal and phenomenal. Noumenal means material and phenomenal obviously means spiritual. And of course, 10:8 Gita also. Aham savasya prabhava mata savam prabhatate. I'm behind everything, spiritual and material. And then from 51, this is a very important verse. That line echoes in many places in the Bhagavatam. Idam Bhagavatam Nam. There's a verse. Idam Bhagavatam Nam. This line is very famous everywhere in the. You can see it in 1340, 218. So here, 2751, Idam Bhagavatam Nam Yanme Bhagavato Ditam Sangraho Yam Vibhuti Nam Twam Etad Vipuli. Vipuli means expand. Kuru. So Narad, my dear Narad, this science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam, was spoken to me in summary by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's going to be the Chatushloki coming up to 933 onwards. There's 4 shlok. We discussed last time, he was born in a world of the lotus. Then he went inside the lotus, remember the stem? He panicked even. He panicked inside. He came back up to the last. There's nothing, not even the Brahman is there. So he's going to hear tap, tap, tap. He's going to go for 1,000 celestial years of tap, penance. And then what's going to happen next? After 1,000 years? Of penance, what will happen to Brahma? I mentioned that the other day.
He will
Get
he will hear the flute of Krishna.
Yeah. This is the first. And then from there it unfolds. How does it unfold?
Well, he will hear the word tapa.
That's before. Don't get mixed up. Tap is when it comes back up to the top of the stem of the lotus. Then he goes for long 1,000 years of demigods, which is enormous. After that, he hears the flute. Then Next, Mahavakya. Mahavakya is the Om. And then after that, how does it break down? Then Gayatri, then Gayatri, and then Chatushloki. Ahameva sameva grenanyad yatsada satparam. You will see that very, very soon to 933 onwards. Prabhupada says here, actually it's Brahma in 2751. Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken to me in summary. See, this is Chatushloki. And it was spoken as the accumulation of these diverse potencies. So you will see that very clearly also in a verse 2931, right before Chatushloki. This verse is coming. It's a very, very important verse. See? Can you see my Veda-based screen?
We're still on the Gauranga Darshan Prabhu's book.
Okay, so then I have to again, totally crazy. I don't know why. Share. Share. Okay. Share. Can you see now?
Yeah.
The Bhagwan Uvach, Gyanam Param Guyam Me is extremely, Param Guyam, extremely confidential. Chatushloki is not a joke, it's Maha confidential. Yad Vigyan Samanvitam, Sarahasyam, again, Rahasyam. It has to be understood with devotional service. Tadangam cha grahana gaditam maya. So this is right before Chatushloki. This is Krishna speaking. This is not Vishnu. This is not Narayan here. Knowledge about me, as described in the scriptures, is very confidential. It has to be realized in conjunction with devotional service. The necessary paraphernalia for that process is being explained by me. You may take it up carefully. So this is very much connected to 5051 on the study now. When we discuss about Krishna, you cannot dissect Krishna from his energies. Vedanta Sutra explain Krishna Shakti, how does it go? Shakti Matayo Abedda. You cannot Shaktiman is Krishna. So the Shaktiman cannot be separated from his energies. You can never do that. It's Maha offense. So Abedda is non-different. So here it says back to 51, it was spoken as the accumulation of his diverse potencies. And then he goes, Vipuli. Brahma is telling Narad, Vipuli, you please expand. See, this is very important. In other words, Brahma received Chatushloki. He never kept it for himself. No. See, this is Vishwanath. Can you see Vishwanath here? Or you are still on Veda base?
We're still on the Veda base, yeah.
Amazing. One after the other, I have to share. I'd like to learn this.
It should be like that. You need to, whatever page pops up, unless you confirm this is what you want to show to your audience.
But there must be a way to go faster, no? In between the pages. Must be a way. It's like Stone Age way now. Let's see, share again. Can you see now, Vishwanath?
Yeah, please describe the science of Godhead.
Where are you?
The work called.
Oh, okay, this is good. This is Vishwanath. You can read if you want. This is Vishwanath on 51. Are you reciting something astonishing never heard before? Can you say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are you reciting something astonishing, never heard before? Yes, but I alone do not speak it. The Lord spoke to me. This work called the Bhagavatam. Do not consider it just a scripture. It is a collection of vibhutis, of powers of the Lord, because in the Gita and other works of the word vibhuti means a partial avatar of the Lord. The Lord directly remains in this form of scripture, therefore you should distribute it everywhere. That is Narada's service.
Exactly. So this is Vishwanath, he's a Manjari. He knows. This is the Lord in the form of the scripture. Idam Bhagavatam Nam. This science of the Godhead is non different from me. Again, you find the same line 1340 way back. Sutta Goswami. Idam Bhagavatam Nam Puranam Ramasamitam. This is non different from me. So, time and times again, this line comes up. Idam Bhagavatam Nam. We cannot say this is another book. No. This is non-different from Krishna. This is the literary incarnation of God. Practically, you can offer dupe, deep, bog. You can offer the Sudasha 16 items of worship to Bhagavatam. It's not a problem. Uttama Shlok Charitam, this is Uttam Shlok. This is the Charitam, the descriptions of Uttam Shlok, the choicest verses. Shakara Bhagavan Rishi. He was spoken by Bhagwan. Vyasadeva is in this age is Bhagwan. It's not Jiv, it's Vishnu Tattva.
Who is
Nishriyasa.
speaking here? Therefore, you should distribute it everywhere.
This is Brahma. If you look at 2751, Prabhu, see, Twametad Vipuli Kuru. Brahma is telling Narad, please expand it. So Brahma is the first Jiv in the Brahmand. So he knows that's not his book. He received it in the form of Shatushloki and is delegating the expansion of it to his son. Will his son do it, by the way?
He will not do it directly.
No, he will not do it.
Who? Narad.
Narad. Narad will not do it. Whom will he delegate it to? To whom?
To Vyasadeva.
Exactly. And that is why, again and again, I'm quoting those.
Narad spoke Bhagavatam to the 4 Kumaras.
Yeah, that's a different line. That's different. That's true, but that's a different line. Our line is just like it is mentioned by Prabhupada in 51. See, our line is right there at the bottom of the page. Brahmaji, Narad, Vyas, Shukdev. This is our line. I'm not saying this is the only line, of course not. There's Bhagavatam has been spoken millions of times, just like Gita. But our line is to be followed. This is Gaudiya line. And this is the line of Mahaprabhu. So Narad is going to delegate it. And again, we're going back to 174. Remember, Narad just left, and then again, Bhakti Vena Manasi Samyak Pranite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnamayam Shadada Pashrayam. Vyasadeva is alone in Badarikashram. Bhakti Yogena Manasi. Manasi, the mind, is totally fixed in Bhakti Yoga. No tinge of materialisms, Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranite Male. Amale means there is no impurities in his mind. Apashyat Purusham Purnam. Whom did he say? Purusham Purnam. He saw Lord Krishna. Not only Lord Krishna, he saw everything. All the spiritual world, the Srimati Radharani, the gopis, the gopis. And then we discussed in 2747, Maya Pariti, he saw Maya, who was Maha ashamed, very ashamed. He saw the Jivs also. It's called Avidya Vastajiv. He saw the aggregate of all the Jivas in Avidya. Avidya means ignorance. And then those 4 shlokas, they're very, very important. And purpose of Bhagavatam is resting on those 4. 2, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 1, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then what happened next? 175. Yaya Samohita Jiv Atmanam Trigunatmakam Parupi Manutinartam Tadgripam Savipadyate. He explained, Sutta Goswami explained, due to this external energy, the Jiv, although transcendental to the 3 modes, he thinks of himself as a material product, and thus he undergoes the reaction of material miseries. And then there's 4 verses, very important verses, 176. Even though the material miseries are superfluous to the Jiv, but because he identifies with matter, he has to feel the reactions thereof. And 176, Sutta Goswami explained, but it can be directly mitigated by bhakti. But people do not know. So then 177, Yasyam ve shruyamanayam, Krishna param purushe. This Bhagavatam is param purushe, is directly Krishna. Bhakti utpadyate pumsam. Utpadyate means sprout, just like a flower is sprouting up. It's going to create bhakti in your heart. Bhakti upadyate pumsam. Pumsam means in man or in woman. Shoka maha bhaya poha. Then everything will be dispelled. Shoka means, lamentation, moha, bhaya. Everything will be dispelled. So this is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. If we go back to those verses under study today, 2751, and Narad, sorry, Brahma is very clear. Vipuli, you have to expand, my dear boy. You expand on it. Okay, so now we can resume from 52. Yata haru bhagavati nirinam bhaktir bhavishyati savatmanya kira dhare iti sankalpya varnaya. This is 2752.
Please describe the science of Godhead with determination and in a manner by which it will be quite possible for the human being to develop transcendental devotional service unto the personality of Godhead Hari, the super soul of every living being and the Saman Bunam source of all energies. So here, Prabhupada is explaining how one can establish his relationship with Krishna by devotional service, and explains the nature of Kali, the impact of Kali Yuga on the people in general.
Yes.
And how how Jiva has forgotten his relationship with Krishna and ultimately living life like that of an animal, and how he has to, how Srimad Bhagavatam comes as a blessing in disguise, as a torch to show a human being how to come out from darkness to light.
Yeah. What is the verse Prabhupada is referring to in 52? Krishne Dharmupagate. Krishne Dharmupagate. How does it go? Krishne Svadharmupagate Damagyan Dibihi Saha Kalunashtadrisha Narsha Puranako Dunoditaha. It's Krishna. The verse is there, the sun like Puran. Puran Arko. Arko means the sun. This Bhagavatam is compared to the sun. It has a reason in the consciousness of those, only those who want to see through the fog of this Kali Yuga. So this verse 52 sounds like another passage of Bhagavatam. Remember, which is basically the same thought. Remember, long back, Narad told the same to his disciples yesterday. Please describe, you have been neglecting the description of Krishna Charitam, the activities of Krishna. That is why you are feeling despondent. So you better describe more. So in the same way, you can see it's very interesting. This is Parampara. Narad told that to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva got the point. Then Bhakti Yogena Manasi 174. But he had received the same instruction way back from his own father. So you can see when you say something, if it has been told to you by authority, this is Parampara, then the instructions is loaded with the weight of the Parampara. He's telling him very clearly here, you please spread this knowledge. And not only foolishly, in a manner which is suitable so that people can understand. That was the expertise of Srila Prabhupada. He came to the West, he had a heavy accent, but still the manner was very suitable. And people got the point. People started joining. So this verse is Ashraya 52. Ashraya means the shelter. Krishna 10th canto is called Ashraya Ashraya, the shelter of the shelter. And now we could say, is it only for the pure devotees? Just like it's mentioned in 113. Remember? It's mentioned there, Phalam. It's only reserved, it's true, Bhagavatam, it's only reserved for the Paramahamsas. So we have no chance. Is it a fact or not? What does Prabhupada say in 52? Do we have a chance?
He said we should read from Canto 1 to 9.
Yeah. And even in 52, even those, can you imagine, after sense enjoyment, can also take shelter. What is the verse in the Bhagavatam? We discuss in the second canto. Akama savakamova moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajitam purusham param. Whether you are akama, mokshakam, savakam, infested with kam, still tivrena bhakti yogena. If your bhakti is tivrena, tivrena means one-pointed. There was one king, I don't know if you know, he was a dacoit. Can you imagine? He's a dacoit. He's called King Birambir. He was running a small country, Vishnupur, which is a tiny district in India, medieval India, 16th century India. He's a dacoit. But be careful.
Mhm.
He loves Bhagavatam. It's very funny. And what happened is
Mhm.
he stole the books of that very famous trio, Srinivas, Narottam, Shamanand. He stole the books through his men. He's running the small country. And then they were totally at a loss. Can you imagine the original manuscript of the Goswamis? Then Srinivas Acharya stayed behind and he befriended that king who was a dacoit. And Srinivas is maha intelligent. What did he do? He didn't reveal his mind. He kept on giving classes in the court. Just imagine hearing a class from Srinivas Acharya, what it must be like.
Mhm.
And then the king got subdued. He said, it's not possible. Who are you? And this king was a dacoit, but he was a relisha. He's a Rasika Bhakta, actually, but extremely covered over. And he became addicted to the classes of Srinivas Acharya. And at one point, they were so close. And Srinivas Acharya started giving a hint. I lost those books. Someone stole. And then
Mhm.
finally, the king Birambir, he matched the dots. He matched the dots. He covered the dots. And he figured out, wow, I'm the one who stole those books way back. And he took Srinivas to his treasury and he showed him the big trunk. And Srinivas told him, open the books, open the trunk, and he saw all the original manuscript of the Goswamis. It's priceless. You cannot put a price tag on it. Then the king immediately did Dandavat to the Holy Grantha scriptures, and immediately understood I'm Mahapapi, Maha offender. And he took initiation from Srinivas. But he was heavy. He told in his kingdom, there is three possibilities for you to all his citizens. He said, you become Vaishnav, Gaudiya Vaishnav. Number two, I kill you. Number three, you leave the place. So that was
Mhm.
heavy, heavy type of monarchy in his kingdom. You surrender, I kill you, or you leave. So everyone had to take a step. So it's possible. You may find people they are maha patita, but they have an attachment to Bhagavatam, and that would be their saving grace. Okay, so let's go back perhaps to Vishwanath on this one. Can you see again Vishwanath, or can you see that or not? Otherwise, I can read out. So
Yes, it's after making a sankalpa, is that
this is,
there?
yeah, this is Vishwanath. So on 52. So you can read out perhaps from the commentary of Vishwanath.
But in front of me, the guru, you should follow one rule in distributing it. You should speak it so that there will arise devotion in men who will be born in Kali Yuga. 177. Bhavishyati stands for Bhave, potential form. It is directed to the people of Kali Yuga because it has been said, Nashta Drisham Esha Param Pura Marko Dunoditaha. This Puran has now risen for those who have lost sight. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.343. The word Haro means to hurry, indicates that the Lord attracts the mind by prema and the Lord takes away material life. Bhagavati to Bhagavan indicates that this form is easy to worship or is blissfully worshipped. Saintly possess all wonderful qualities. The Lord is the essence of all forms, Sarvatmani. By devotion to Him, all types of worship are perfected. By devotion to Him, all desires are achieved, even material desires. Akhiladare, he should utter a statement of Sankalpa. Starting from today, I will describe devotion to the Lord.
Yeah. So, see the very amazing sentence in the beginning of 52. Prabhupada said, prior to the age of Kali, there was no need of such a book. Can you imagine? He's talking about Bhagavatam. There is no need before Kali Yuga. There was no need of such a book of knowledge to know the Lord and his potential energies. But with the beginning of Kali Yuga, so it's very interesting. First time I see this sentence in my life. Because people were so Krishna conscious. But in other words, what is the conclusion? Bhagavatam is specifically for us. This is the grace of Vyasadeva, Chakara Bhagavan, because he himself was despondent, and that is why Narad came down so heavy on him. Remember, he told him, what you've done is abominable. You have strayed people away from the path by talking about Kama Kandiya, candy coated with materialisms. This is not proper. They are so sick in this age. You better focus wholly and wholly focus on the Krishna Katha entirely. Then only they can be saved. Then you will feel blissful. So, in other words, it's coming in parampara. Brahma told Narad in 51, ex vipuli, please expand. Then Narad telling Vyasadeva, please expand. Vyasadeva is doing it. And then down to us in the parampara. All these great souls. Can you imagine Vishwanath, Jiva Goswami? What do? They commented on Bhagavatam. And who commented last? Srila Prabhupada. So this is for us. Specifically for us. It's tailored back for us. Custom made for us. So this is the main contribution of Prabhupada was Bhagavatam. Even the management, he was not so keen. He delegated to GBC. But his main thrust was Bhagavatam, every night translating. That's practically the main anga of ISKCON is Bhagavatam. And preaching what? Preaching Bhagavatam. It's very simple. So now I've got something from Jiva Goswami on this one. These are very heavy verse. See? You have to speak Akila Dare. Akila Dare means, it's mentioned in 52. It's even meant for the fallen ones. Akila Dare. Akila Dare means the summum bonum, Prabhupada translate. In other words, the maintainer of all. And you have to speak in such a way that they will become devotee. So that's the great tour de force of Srila Prabhupada. He spoke in such a way we became devotees. Bhavishyati, it says here. Inevitably. Bhavishyati means it will be inevitably. You have to speak in such a way that people cannot avoid but to become Krishna conscious. And sankalpa means you take a vow or you accept certain restrictions. So these verse are, this is the coming to the end, very loaded. This is a summary of chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. Then we're finishing now. Mayam vanayato mushya ishvarasya numodataha Shrinvata Shradaya Nityam. And this line is very famous in the Bhagavatam. It will come again and again. Shrinvatam Shradaya Nityam. Always. Mayayatma namuyanti. Muyati. Go ahead.
Murshikar, wanna read?
Yes, so from at least realize from where
This is 53, Prabhu.
oh 53. I was thinking okay. But we already covered 52.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just finished 52.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Can you see 53 if the Lord's
no,
activity?
now we go chapter 8, no?
No, we didn't touch 53, no. There's one shlok left.
God, why is just a second, I skip that.
Okay, I'll read it. The Lord's activities in association with his different energies should be described, appreciated, and heard in accordance with the teaching of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. So as we see, there is emphasis on hearing about Krishna, about his different energies.
On the web for hearing about Krishna about his. Check it out.
Siri wants to say something.
She wants to join the class.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, yeah. So as we understand, even from the pastime of Sukdev from Vyasdev, after writing the whole Bhagavatam, he was despondent. So the Narad Muni emphasized to describe the pastimes of the Lord. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is also emphasizing in order to overcome the illusory energy of the Lord, how one should be able to hear about the different energies, different Shaktis of Krishna and the pastimes, and it should be we should take time to dive in, especially you see the Purusha avatar, the pastime of Krishna as Purusha avatar, and that especially helps one who is under the influence of external energy.
Yes, that's a good point.
And Prabhupada will describe like how liberated soul or conditioned soul shouldn't jump to the topic of Ras Leela. A conditioned soul shouldn't jump to the topic of Ras Leela right away, but
Exactly.
should do so with gradual process of studying from Canto 1 and relishing.
Yeah.
But Prabhu, what about some devotees? They say wherever you start reading from Bhagavatam, from any canto, it's like where you are like biting a cake, you will get the taste wherever you bite. What is your
Yeah.
point of view?
There's a verse in the sixth canto, you're right. Whether you take it from beginning, middle, or end, it's tasty and rasika. It's totally loaded with rases, definitely. But still, for a neophyte, like she said, it's very cautious to proceed like this, step by step, because remember, what are the 10 topics of Bhagavatam? 2.10.1, there's a verse, 2.10.1. Shri Bhagwan Uvach, Atrasago Visagascha, Poshanam Uttayaha, Manvatara Ishanukata, Muktir Nirodha, Ashrayaha. These are the 10 topics. So the 10 topics, don't think they are only focused only in one canto at a time. You know, this is foolish. Okay, this canto only one topic, then second canto another topic. No, it's total foolishness. Jiva Goswami means they are scattered all over, except of course for the 10th canto. The 10th canto is Ashraya, Ashraya. This is Krishna. So it is well understood and well advised to proceed very cautiously from the beginning to the end. You may, just like Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi was, yes, he was scrolling through the guitar and reading a page sometimes out of random. There's no harm. But if you want to undertake a very thorough analysis, like for instance, when I joined ISKCON, I joined because of Bhagavatam. I used to read 3 hours a day Bhagavatam, even before I joined. And then when I joined, it took me 13 years, 1-3, to study Bhagavatam alone. And I must have written 100 textbooks of notes. So I did a very thorough research. It was an individual task. And then only I joined Bodhijan Prabhu. So then it was much higher because I avail myself of the synergy of the group, you know, when you study with such an advanced devotee, what to speak with other like-minded students, you know, then the result is manifold. So it is very much advised. But again, you know, someone who is very superfluous, he may jump here and there like, you know, like a bee, you know. A bee goes to one flower, a little sugar here, a little sugar there. There's no harm, but if you want to be a seasoned student, you have to get a firm grasp of the 9 cantos, first 9 cantos. I remember when I joined, when there was one devotee, Bhimdev Prabhu. He told me, you never go higher than 4th canto. So what I did is very scrupulously, I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, you know, for years and years and years. And then I lost touch with him. So then only then I ventured into 5, 6, 7. And then I understood it was a very good instruction because these are the basis of Bhagavatam, you know. Pada Padma means 1, 2, the feet. And then 3, 4, Padma Puran explained, 3, 4 means the legs, and 5 means the thigh, and 6 means the abdomen. Then you find the arms, and then you find the face, the smile, the skull. So, you know, just like you take darshan of the feet of the deity, and then you go up. So in the same way, Bhagavatam is like that. And if you do that once, what's going to happen is you have a firm grasp of the Tattva, then you're going to relish the Leelas. This is the downside of those reciters, you know, they go straight into the Leelas. And people are still Maha fallen and Maha contaminated, and they dare to say, I'm going to relish the Leelas. No. They are on the outer side of the bottle. They cannot they cannot taste the honey. It's on external licking, you know, they cannot access. Does it answer?
Yes, thank you.
So, yeah, so
I
let's,
read now, Prabhu, so you wanna read?
yeah, perhaps we can finish off with Vishwanath. But Vishwanath has a lot to say. Can you read?
Yes.
Bhakti characterized by hearing.
Yeah. Bhakti characterized by hearing and chanting the pastimes, and whose subjects are the names and pastimes of the Lord, such as lifting Govardhan and his Lila Avtaras, are all spiritual and full of bliss. But the pastimes of the Purusha Avtaras, dealing with Maya Shakti, predominantly with his glance over Prakriti, the production of Mahatattva, and then Ahankar, are all related to Maya. Should one describe Maya or not? This verse answers. The description of Maya as an assistance to the process of chanting Varna Tyaha, remembering Anumodataha, and hearing Shrinvantaha is also bhakti. He should have faith that even Maya Shakti of the Lord, along with her expansion as Mahatattva and other elements, is a devotee with the greatest devotion. This will be explained in the third canto in the verses recited by the elements. Thus, the pure devotees should hear about Maya and Mahatattva with this way of thinking. The Jiva Atma is not bewildered by Maya. Pastimes of the Lord related to Maya are not Maya. Rather, they are transcendental, man niketan to nirgunam. Residence in a place where I reside is transcendental. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:25-25.
See, so it's very, very well understood. And Srila Prabhupada echoes the same in his purport. We cannot separate things. Maya means you separate things from Krishna. If you don't separate Maya from Krishna, it's not Maya. As simple as that. You know, as soon as you become Binadrik in Sanskrit means a separatist. Pritagvidam. Binadrik means the same. Separatist. You see things separate. Then that's Maya. What is the verse? Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Anashaktasya Vishayam Yataram Upayun Yadaha. Nirmanda Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagyam Uchate. Nirmandam Krishna Sambandhe. Nothing. Sambandhe means connection. Nirbandam Krishna Sambandhe. Everything should be connected to Krishna. So Vishwanath is saying, don't separate Maya. Then it's not Maya. Finish. If you separate Maya, then you are in Maya. You know, it's a very simple philosophy. That's why the Mayavadi, that's the path of Maya. Why? Because they separate. This is the verse. What is the verse? After that, Anashaktasya Vishayan, this is the first one. And the second one, how does it go? In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Falgu Vairagya. It's Falgu means superficial, artificial Vairagya. They separate. This is no. They will say, this is Maya. This is not good for my spiritual life. This material energy is not good. I reject it. This is Maya. Then they are called Maya Vad, the path of Maya. The Vada, the path of Maya. In the name of rejecting and advancing, they go further into Maya. So the Gaudiya Vaishnava never rejects Maya. He describes Maya in the light of Krishna consciousness. This is the point. Because she's a pure devotee. See, she's a devotee with the greatest devotion, Vishwanath is saying. So that's why we should not forego the contents, the constituents of Maya, like the creation and Sarga, Visarga, then the Pradhan, Prakriti, the Shrishti. It's called Shrishti Tattva, pertaining to creation. Shrishti Stiti, Brahma is telling in Brahma Samhita, Shrishti Stiti Pralaya. All these things, Pralaya means the 4 types of annihilation. Oh, this is Maya. No, you are in Maya. So that's, I think I'm done for the 7th canto. 7 chapters. Anything you want to add up? See, in my notes also in those days, this is way back. See, Bhaktisiddhanta was right. He knew it would be difficult to do bhajan. So that's why, even in those days in the 19th century, what did he say? You preach, because you cannot do bhajan. You can do bhajan at the fag end of your life. When you are dying, you do nirjan bhajan, okay? But you should preach, basically. You should sell the books, preach, get purified. So, see, our sampradaya shifted after Mahaprabhu. In other words, thanks to Baladev, we are connected to Madhva, yes, Brahma Madhva, but Mahaprabhu added Gaudiya to that line. So then that line became totally super excellent, thanks to Mahaprabhu, because Gaudiya means Goda Mandal. Gaudiya means followers of Godha. Godha means Bengal. And Mahaprabhu was born in Bengal. So basically, Gaudiya means followers of Srimati Radharani. So we follow Srimati Radharani, but via Mahaprabhu and Panchatattva, which is way beyond Tattvavadis. Tattvavadis means Madhva. So this is the greatness of Mahaprabhu. He has added Gaudiya, Vaishnavisms to Madhva. So this is the point. And remember, Brahma is the figurehead of this Madhva line. So Brahma is very close to us. We are called Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya. So here, all this Brahma, Narad, Samvad is very dear to us because it's spoken by our Sampradaya Acharya. But even Brahma himself came in Gaulila. See? In which form?
Haridas Thakur.
See? So even Brahma, can you imagine? Do you think he would come if Mahaprabhu was just an avatar or something, just a Bengali saint? Do you think Brahma would come? No, no way. But be careful, how Mahaprabhu is. Who is he? What is the verse? Radhabhav Duti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam is Krishna Swarup. Is not Krishna avatar, is Krishna Swarup. He himself is Krishna. Swarup is his own form is Swarup. It's my own car, it's my own Sva, it's my own. He himself is Swarup of Krishna. He himself is Krishna. This is the point. That's why Brahma came. It's not Avatar. Brahma came, Haridas Thakur, then Prahlad is also there in Haridas Thakur. So Mahaprabhu is the summum bonum of the absolute truth. And he himself, what did he say? Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. Idam Bhagavatam Nam. This is the highest. This is my opinion, Mahaprabhu said. This is my opinion. This is, what is the verse? It's a verse from Srinath Chakravarti. He was a disciple of Advaitacharya. He wrote a commentary, Chaitanya Manjusha. Beautiful commentary. Rajavadu Vargena Vakalpita. The gopis are the most highest type of devotee. Who is the topmost literature? Srimad Bhagavatam. Whom are we worshipping? Aradhya Bhagavan, Rajesha, Tanu. We worship Aradhya Bhagavan. Which Bhagavan? Tanu, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Not only any Krishna in the street, this son, the son of Nanda, that's the one this is God. So Mahaprabhu said, this is the verse. We worship Bhagavatam, we worship Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj, we worship the gopis. So everything is there in a nutshell. Okay, so are we clear on this chapter, or do you want to discuss more? We are getting very close. Basically, we're coming very, very close to the Chatushloki in chapter 9. So in one sense, this is the climax of the Bhagavatam, and we are still in the second canto. So you follow, it's this Bhagavatam is like that. You cannot, it is not chronological. You have always to remember this. It's not chronological. It is systematic, but it is not chronological. It is articulated through tattva. See, Shrishti, Stiti, Pralaya, again 210, 1, Sarga, Visargascha, Poshanam, Utayaha. Utaya means the impetus. So the 10 topics will take you through the Bhagavatam. And then ultimately, Ashraya, 10th canto. So this is how Bhagavatam is articulated through the 10 topics, which are not focusing in only in one canto. They are scattered. That's why you need a teacher, you need a guru, because otherwise you get lost. People will pull their hair. They will say, no, this Krishna is leaving the world in the first canto, and again he reappears in the 10th canto, Bal Gopal Lila. People will pull their hair. The academicians, the academic people, they will say, this is nonsense. There's no logic. They are totally in a mundane level. Nayamatma pravachanina labyo na medaya na bahuna shrutena. They have no understanding. It has to be understood in the light, in conjunction with Bhakti, in conjunction with the Mahabhagavat, like Srila Prabhupada, great teacher, Bodhichan Prabhu. Otherwise, you're just going around in circles. And you conclude, now this book has no logic. It's way beyond mundane logic. It is systematic in terms of tattva, and Vyasadeva is expert. Is taking you just to streamline your consciousness so you can at one point start to appreciate Krishna as a baby and in the 10th canto. Okay, so we all set. Shall we move on?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so chapter 8, questions by King Parikshit Maharaj, Rajovach. Brahmana chodito Brahman gunakyane gunasya cha yasme yatha praha narado dev darshanaha.
King Parikshit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, how did Narad Muni, whose hearers are as fortunate as those instructed by Lord Brahma, explain the transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is without material qualities, and before whom did he speak?
Yeah. So at the end, we just discussed, at the end of the 7th chapter, Brahma requested Narad to take the science of Bhagavatam, which he just heard, because Brahma heard the Bhagavatam in an abbreviated form, Shloki, and he told Narad, Vipuli, you please expand on it. So this is automatically Parikshit Maharaj is hearing Bhagavatam from Shukdev. That's going to give rise to many questions. Hence, the title of the chapter is revealing questions by Maharaj Parikshit. So what happened is Narad, he received Vani, instruction how to expand on it, and immediately Parikshit Maharaj picked up on it. How someone who is, quality lessness, I mean, how do you say, someone, it's mentioned here, aguna. Can you see the Sanskrit? Aguna sya, the Lord who is without material qualities. How someone who is qualitylessness be described? This is the point of Maharaj Parikshit. He has no quality, he has no material quality. How can he be described? It's a very good point. How can you describe someone who has no material qualities? This is the very first question, which is very lofty already. Maharaj Parikshit is himself is Mahabhagavan. So Vishwanath explained that Parikshit reveals his enthusiasm, his Chatraloriam Pimuriam Kalam. He has Loriam, his Vishnurata. He has seen the Lord. Can you imagine in the womb of his mother? So he's extremely utsaha. He has great utsaha to hear. So, and he's about to die, don't forget. So let's move on. Etad veditum ichami tatvam tadva vidam vara hare adbut viryasya. Adbut means abut mandir, wonderful. Virya, very powerful. Katalok sumangalaha. This is 2.
Krishna is not here.
I'm here. The king said, I wish to know narrations concerning the Lord who possesses wonderful potencies are certainly auspicious for living beings in all planets. So here Prabhupada is mentioning how Srimad Bhagavatam, which is comprised of various activities of Supreme Lord, this is which is extremely auspicious for living entities, not only residing in one planet, but every planet. And again, Prabhupada emphasizes how Srimad Bhagavatam is most dear to the devotees. And it is also auspicious for non-devotees in the sense that Srimad Bhagavatam helps even non-devotees to get out of material, uh, to get free from the illusory energy. Yeah, and also it's mentioned that how Bhagavatam should be read extremely attentively and devotion, and also through the disciplic succession.
Exactly. Huh? See, catalogue Sumangala. Mangala, it is Sumangal. It's not only Mangal, it's Sumangal. Maha auspicious. It's Mahashubh.
Yeah.
Sumangal. So,
Prabhu, I have a question.
yeah.
You see, it's mentioned representing the Lord by disciplic succession, but you see, recently I came across one devotee who is not in the line of ISKCON, and his name is Premanand Maharaj, and looks like he's a Rasika Bhakta, and even many ISKCON leaders went to have his darshan, like Sachinanda Maharaj, TOVP team, and he does speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's from, I don't know, Pushti Marg or Harivans, something like that. But he preached that we are all servants of Radharani and how we have to. So when we read this purport from the right source representing the Lord by disciplic succession, I mean, is it wrong to hear from him?
The question is, does he accept? Yes, he is right. We are worshippers of Srimati Radharani in the form of Mahaprabhu. Through Panchatattva. Does he accept Mahaprabhu?
Yes, he does.
Okay. So does he accept Srila Prabhupada?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know him, but definitely. We're not saying everyone outside of ISKCON is unfit. No. But for neophyte, it is advised in IDC, yeah? I always teach IDC that not to hear from outside, but if you are seasoned, if you are well established in Tattva, Gaudiya Vaishnav Tattva, then you won't be, especially if he's in agreement, in alignment with Gaudiya, then there's no harm. But of course,
Prabhu,
yes.
I observe that Prabhupada cautioned the devotees because I saw his disciples sometimes they dressed as gopis and they dance as gopis.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know this guru, but
I'm not saying that they are not bona fide. They might be in other disciplic succession. And Prabhupada said also, if we go to hear from other disciplic succession or from other Vaishnava, who is not in our discipline, it's like we are prostitute. We don't have faith. We don't have faith in our disciplic succession.
yeah, as I said, I don't know this person. I'm just hearing from Arinishta. Yeah, there's definitely, we have to be careful, but you, me, and Arinishta, we are not brand new devotees. Let me try to think. Myself in 88, I heard from Sridhar Maharaj, disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur. This is totally, I was blown away. It's a Maha Bhagavat. And even my guru was he went there through every day in the 80s. He used to go and listen to Sridhar Maharaj. At one point, even ISKCON told my guru, "You please stop it." But we cannot deny the fact that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said is the emblem of my sannyasis, is the crown jewel amongst my sannyasis. So again and again, we should not take initiation of outside of ISKCON. Yes, obviously, Diksha. But it has to do with how far you have imbibed the teachings of Prabhupada. Like she's saying, Sachinand Maharaj went. So does it mean Sachinand Maharaj?
No, those sannyasis, they go out of respect to offer respect to a Vaishnava. They
Yeah.
don't like associate to have knowledge.
Yeah, so
Eh,
you may go to a class, but it doesn't mean you're going to. I mean, what is the IDC course? It's very clear. You cannot let them give a class in ISKCON. That's clear. Let's say they visit ISKCON, you have to give them a chair, a bed, some prasad, let them rest, some water. But it's clear. You have to, but they cannot give a class in ISKCON. That's very clear.
Even Radhanath Maharaj, he associates with so many sadhus from other parampara.
Yeah, as I said, everyone has.
Yeah.
You'll find some strictness in ISKCON, like Bhakti Vikash Maharaj is Maha strict. Even it denounces Neo ISKCON, he calls it Neo ISKCON. There's new elements, true, that cropped up in the last few years. Maha big beard, that devotees keep beard now, and they have Maha big shika, and they dance close to girls, youngsters. This is unheard of. So Bhakti Vikash Maharaj denounces that. He's Maha strict, and he's right. He's right. So others will not so much mind. So as I said, as we grow in Krishna consciousness, we, according to our like-mindedness, we're going to associate with Sadhu Sangha Svatovare. We should associate with strong devotees of a like-minded nature. Some people will say, oh, Bhakti Maharaj is too strong. Some people will say, oh, this one is too soft. Oh, this one is taking too much liberty. The main thing is to be faithful to Prabhupada, and you're not going to twist the philosophy. You know the philosophy. And like you said, you detected one of his disciples is wearing gopi dress. So obviously that's off. That's Prakrita Sahaja. Definitely.
I don't know if they are Prakrita, but maybe from different parampara, like the four
It's
Kumaras.
well, Apa Sampradaya. There's 13 Apa. Apa means Apa Sampradaya. Apa means other. They are against. Aparad. Aparad means against Radha. So Apa Sampradaya, if they are Apa Sampradaya, then the story is over. We worship Bhaktisiddhanta. What do we say? Apa Vedanta, Vanta Harine. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was very powerful. Anything against the Siddhanta of Rup Goswami, I discard, I trample on it. It's Mahaevi. Mahaevi. And Prabhupada was like that. So again, I don't know this person.
No, he looks like
Yeah,
bona fide, but
it's
you
okay.
know, they meditate on like pastimes in Golok Dham, and they are here also like this.
Yeah, see, if you are very advanced, it's mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, if you are on the level of Raganuga Bhakti, then obviously you're going to be able to function on two levels. Sadaka Deha, that is, Deha means body of a Sadaka, just like we have. And also, if you are on that level, real steeped inside Raganug, spontaneous devotion, then Siddha Deha. Then in your Siddha Deha, you can join. Uddhav is doing it day and night, but this is Uddhav. Uddhav is not even Raganug, is Mahaparashad, is Vishnu Parika. You can see Uddhav goes back in the spiritual world, then he goes back to earth, and they're on that level. So it's not because that's bona fide, I mean, to do that. But if you're really on that level, you can do that, starting from Raganug.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes amongst more neophyte devotees, that will ruffle their grain, as we say in English, ruffle one's
Yeah.
grain. Oh, they feel somewhat irritated. And we should not irritate the mind of devotees. So that's why all these things are to be taken cautiously, you know, and Sachin Maharaj went there perhaps out of respect, and he was nearby, and, you know, it doesn't mean he has become disobedient to Prabhupada, you know, because he has the level to appreciate, he can discern, it's all about discernment, discrimination, you know, discernment. But again, if definitely there's some cases of Apa Sampradaya amongst his disciples, that obviously is not a good sign, because Falena Pariciyate, we judge a tree by the fruits. He himself should address that if it is the case. In private, he should address, you guys are nonsense. You know? See, Bhaktisiddhanta was very heavy. The heaviest acharya is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He went on to say that even the smarta Brahmanisms has crept into Nityanand Vamsh, Advaita Vamsh, you know. He would find fault with those. Can you imagine? They are descendants of Nityananda. They are descendants of Advaita, pure descendants. He would find fault with those devotees because they have somewhat become smarter. But his Mahacharya Bhaktisiddhanta is living encyclopedia, you know. So he could detect there is some traces of Apa Sampradaya even entering the world of Gaudiya. Even back in the 19th century, he could detect that. And he guarded us, be careful, can't you see? His Mahacharya, he can see through. So Prabhupada, because he was dealing with neophytes like us, he kept it very black and white. Don't associate, full stop, finish. You know, don't associate. Keep a distance, respectful distance, don't associate. Because in the 70s, you have seen many devotees got carried away. Bon Maharaj even reinitiated, can you imagine such an offense? Reinitiated devotees duly initiated by Prabhupada. This is maha offensive. Prabhupada called him Black Cobra. So, you know, so Prabhupada was very adamant. He said, don't associate. Again, you know, it has to do with one's bhav, with your bhav also. Anyway, let's go back to Bhagavatam. What we are discussing here is Loka Katalog Sumangalang. Bhagavatam is maha auspicious. And we should present the Bhagavatam even to a brand newcomer. He may not grasp it immediately, but by engaging in seva, finally he will come to terms. So Bhagavatam is like that. It is not to be reserved only for advanced devotees. Anyone can benefit from day one. It reminds me of 241. There's a verse, 241, Matim Satim. Matim Satim indicates the purity of Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit is already pure. Do you think he's getting purified? He was pure from birth. So 282, even though he's a pure devotee from birth, Matim Satim, He's asking. His mind is already chaste, but he wishes to know. He wants to become more fixed, even though he's Matim Satim. He's a pure devotee from birth. He's already fixed in Krishna consciousness. He's already freed from all attachment. He's already totally pure. He's going back to Garden. Even before he spoke to Shukadev Goswami. This is the level of Maharaj Parikshit. Katayashva Mahabhaga Yataham Akilatmani Krishne Niveshya Nisangam Manas Tyakshe Karivaram. This is 3.
O greatly fortunate Shukdev Goswami, please continue narrating Srimad Bhagavatam so that I can place my mind upon the Supreme Soul, Lord Krishna, and being completely freed from material qualities, thus relinquish this body.
Yeah. So up to 6, the first 6 shlok of this chapter, Parikshit, just like Shonaka is doing it with Sutta Goswami, Parikshit indicates or inspires, I would say, Shukdev to speak further. So this is the prerogative of a good devotee. He wants to know further. Tell me more in details. That is his food. Machita Magatapana Bodhayanta Parashparam. Parashparam means together, one another. He wants to know further. That's the glories of Krishna Katha, you know. It creates auspiciousness, Krishna Smaran. What is the verse? Krishna, how does it go? Never forget Vishnu, always remember him. Satatam Kirtanam Vishnu, Vismatavyana Jatuchit. That's the essence of Krishna consciousness. Na Kinkara. All the other regulations are Kinkara, servants of that. Never forget Vishnu and always remember him. Krishna, Vishnu. So the best way to do that is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's like a drug. It's like it's mentioned Rasayana Kataha. Rasayan means tonic. It's like a tonic. So he knows Parikshit knows all the objects of his attachment, kingdom, that he has already given up. He may have some attachment for the body, or he wishes to even give that up. He's not even eating, he's not even drinking, he's nirjal for 1 week. So Krishna, what is the verse? 7.1. Krishna, Sri Bhagwan Uvacha. How does it go? Is mine. How does it go? 171. Is mine. Maya Shaktamana Part Yoga Yungam Madashayaha. Yes. Yoga Yungam. Mayam Ashaktamana Part. The mind is attached to Krishna. Maya Shaktamana Part. So that's what he's doing basically, concentrating his mind on Krishna. So that is his effort to remember Krishna. Because he's going to die. So he knows there's no way around. And Prabhupada again and again is warning us, be careful with all these reciters, you know. Okay, so now 284 is a very important verse. I know this verse by heart. Shrinvatam Shradaya Nityam Grinata Sacheshtitam Kalina Natitirgana Bhagavan Vishateridi. Again and again, this line comes in Bhagavatam. Shrinvatam Shradaya Nitya. Shrinvatam Shradaya Nitya. Always Shraddha with earnestness. You can translate if you want.
Hare Krishna. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Goddess Shri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. Wow.
Yeah, so Srinvata Shradaya Nityam, always. It's not only, that's why Prabhupada was so keen every morning, Bhagavatam. He knows this is going to nourish us for the day. And again, next morning, next morning. So if you chant, if you hear and chant, then effortlessly you will remember Krishna. Effortlessly. If you don't chant, then it's difficult. It goes one after the other. Srinvatam Shradaya Nitya. It goes like this. Srinvatam, what is the verse in 7th canto? The 9 angas of bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Without effort. And then it says here, Kalina Natitirgana. In no time, the Lord Bhagavan Vishate Ridi, it will enter the home. Not only Paramatma is there, yes, but Bhagavan will enter. This is higher. For pure devotee, it's not Paramatma in the heart, it's Bhagavan.
But Prabhu, there are devotees hearing Bhagavatam every day in temples, but they are not seeing Krishna in their heart. How you will explain that?
Well, I know my Guru Maharaj, he asked Srila Prabhupada, in the heart of a pure devotee, is it Krishna or Paramatma? It's a Krishna. We say 1861, Ishvara Savabhutanam Ridedesha Juntishtati Brahmayam Savabhutani Yantraludani. It's Paramatma guiding the wanderings of all, but for pure devotee, it's no more Paramatma. It's Krishna.
For pure devotees, yes, but for devotees.
Yeah, it's still Paramatma, okay? But, in our daily life, we take shelter of Krishna. We don't turn to Paramatma. We turn to Krishna. Paramatma, Krishna says, 1042, by a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. What is the need of all this detailed knowledge? By a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire creation. So that single fragment of himself is Paramatma. So basically in ISKCON from day one, we are told, concentrate on Bhagavan, Krishna. Krishna may not, when it's mentioned in Bhagavatam, if you speak Krishna Katha, Krishna himself comes in here. You may say, well, okay, that's there, but you're not a pure devotee, so it may not come immediately. Yes, true, okay, according to your devotion, I agree. But at least you're doing good. We discussed 282 is katalog sumang, it's maha auspicious. And you're pleasing Krishna. So if you keep on pleasing Krishna day after day, at one point, just like we discussed way back, 1.2.17, Srinvatam Shradaya Nitya Grinata. No, that's 284. What is the verse? 1.2.17. Srinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravan Kirtanaha Vidantyastaya Badani Vidunoti Sulitsadam. If we keep on hearing, what's going to happen? Krishna, he can see, he likes to hear. So I'm going to cleanse the heart. I'm going to cleanse it myself. I will. And then Nasta Prayeshwa Badreshu Nityam Bhagavatis. Then by regular attendance, regular service, then practically whatever is bothering us in the heart will be practically cleansed to nil. Practically, there's a little bit left. The body is still a mark of impurity, but practically to nil it will be cleansed. And then Tadarajastam Ubhava Kamam Lubadaya Shayesh Eternal. Then all the law, modes, calm, lobe, anger will be eradicated. Stitam Sadve Prasidati, then goodness will take place, and Mukta Sangasya Jayate, then you are moving towards Mukti. Then Evan Prasana Manasu Bhagavatadvi Yogataha Bhagavatadva Vigana Mukta Sangasya. So you start to understand Bhakta Bhagavatadva Vigyan. You start to understand the sense of Bhagavad Katha. So Pranaso, then more blissful. So everything is scientific. Lilaya grantis, Shijantis Avasam Shayaha. Then the nodes in the heart is pierced. All the misgivings are eradicated. Then you see you see the soul proper guiding your life. You are the soul. You see yourself the soul. So everything is, we are somewhere in that ladder. We are somewhere in that development. So it's like the green mango, ripe mango. We just have to carry on, and at one point we'll be up there. You follow, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
It's bound to happen. Yeah, I agree with you. Not everyone is on the same page, even in ISKCON, even in the same temple, even in the same family. Not everyone is on the same page. We know that. It doesn't mean we should look down on them. We have to rub them in, and we are being rubbed in by bigger devotees. It's the same process. We have to associate with stronger devotees. They rub us in, we rub in those who are below. We extend our help, we extend our hand. We are on the same family. We keep on helping each other. But not everyone is on the same page, obviously not. That's for sure. We are somewhere in the process. Process is well described, huh? From Srinvatam Sakata Krishna up to the 1-21. Vrishta Advatmanishwari. The soul see himself. So everything is there described. Okay, so I think I'll stop here.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, on Sunday, I don't know if I am working. I will try
Okay.
to bring my earphone.
Yeah, I'll be back
Right.
home. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back home on Saturday. I'm still doing books here in Nantes. I'm not at home for the last 2-3 weeks. I've been traveling. But I'll be back on Sunday. I will teach on Sunday, definitely.
Because now it's a school holiday. We don't have so much work.
I see.
Sometimes weekdays, so they call on weekend to work. So
I see.
yeah.
Anyway, if you cannot attend, I understand. It will be 28. Let me write it down. I'm going to teach at 6 p.m. my time, BV. Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. All
Hare
the
Krishna.
best for your
You too,
work
Prabhu.
and everything, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.